Hello to all our viewers, and I'm very delighted to have Nilesh sir with us here today, who is going to share his perspective about the current market. So, not taking any longer, so what are your insights on the current COVID 19 scenario?
Yeah. Hello, friends. I hope you all are doing fine with the lockdown and enjoying your time with the family and working from home. Uh, the current COVID situation, as all know, you are into a crisis situation. This thing is the virus is going to take time because till you do not have the vaccine in place, I don't see the crisis to come down. Uh, what we have seen is I'll just take you through the economic perspective, the global perspective, and where do we see the various asset classes performing in the future.
Okay.
So currently, when the COVID crisis started, the virus, when there was a lockdown across the world, and India also went into a lockdown last month, uh, we saw that there are basically four phases of the economic, where the various asset classes they underperform or outperform. So this happens in a behavioral scenario where the first it starts off with where there is a flight to liquidity, which happened in March, where investors moved out money from all asset classes and were hoarding cash. So they were happy keeping the money in the bank than to going and investing money in various asset classes. So this was the first phase which we have already gone through, where there was a lot of liquidity which was getting generated by selling various asset classes at different prices.
Right.
The second phase, which I feel we are in right now, is where I term it as a flight to safety. So currently, we are in a situation where people are risk averse. They do not want to take risk in any asset class. So typically in this phase, you will see gold, which will be one of the asset classes where people will prefer to invest funds, or they may go and just invest funds in government bonds or banks. They go and do FDs, even though the rates. So today also people are not worried about returns. I think return is something which is going to happen in the later phase. But right now, what I see investors do is take out money from all risky asset classes and shift it to safe havens. So in this phase, what I have noticed, Tina, is that there is a flight to safety through investing in gold and shifting money from funds like credit funds and any
Right.
fund where you have low rated papers, and investing into the government bonds or into bank fixed deposits. The third phase, which I term as which will happen later on, I don't really see this crisis situation to taper down in the near future also.
Okay.
And realistically, we feel that okay, there are medicines which are coming up. Okay, people are talking about, but these all medicines are for recovery. There is no medicine which is proactively working that this virus can be contained, and this will happen only probably next year when there is a vaccine in place. So right now there are various countries which are in different phases of human trials or animal trials, and this we can only see the light of this day where a vaccine is comes into the market will be probably next year. So between now and then, you will see people being more risk averse. There will be opportunities in the risky assets, but the overall behavior of an investor is going to be that return is going to be secondary. I think the primary factor which is going to drive investors to invest funds into safe asset classes is that their principal should be safe.
Absolutely.
The third phase which I'm talking of is basically the risk off phase, where you will see again the bond market coming active. People will go and invest in various fixed income instruments, okay,
Okay.
based on their on their credit ratings. We have seen simultaneous rate cuts by central bankers all across the globe, and this will actually be a very good time when people start investing in bonds. But it's got time, in the sense we are recommending investors to invest, but the behavior is something where they want to be in safe assets.
You're
So
right.
the risk on phase is a time away, but it will definitely happen when you see some kind of clarity which emerges, post the lockdown gets over across the world. So this is the third phase, and the fourth phase is where where the investors are the most interested in is equities.
Okay.
Equities is one of the very sensitive and risky asset class. I do not see equities to really perform in till the vaccine comes into the market, and we have a situation where we can actually contain this virus. Okay, so the thing is, till the virus does not get contained, there is going to be a crisis of confidence, and people will not like to invest in equities in the near term. So these are the four different scenarios which I look at. We are currently in the second phase, which we term as flight to safety.
Okay.
Now, coming to economics, what we have right now seen is that you are seeing that the GDP has contracted. We expect that the GDP is going to be zero to negative for the next 6 months, and this the market is already discounted. So the thing is that currently what we are seeing is when the markets fell in the first phase of where there was a flight to liquidity, that's when the markets fell, but they overdone themselves, and that's where we have seen a recovery back into the equity markets. We are not very confident that this rally will sustain, for a simple reason that the ground reality hasn't changed. uh, Economies are going to face sustainable pain post the lockdown also, and the markets have already discounted 6 months of zero to negative GDP in India. Across the world, you will see pain in various countries, and it will be different from country to country. So, how soon a economy is going to come back to normal is going to be the kind of pains they see in the economy. So right now, equity has rebounded. There is immense amount of liquidity which has come because of central bankers cutting interest rates across the world, and that is driving money into the equities. But we don't see this continue, and we expect that the market should correct again, and that is when again the investors, based on their asset allocation and risk profile, can start investing in equities again.
Okay.
So this is currently the situation we are in. Definitely, GDP is going to contract. The GDP growth in some countries is going to be negative. In some countries, they will be near zero GDP growth. Now let's come to India. What is the current status where we see India is going to be? Broadly, if you see the GDP component, the GDP growth component, if you just divide it into three different sectors.
Alright.
So one is the agriculture sector. The second is the service sector, which is the predominantly the largest sector which is going to take a hit. And third is the manufacturing sector.
Okay.
The biggest hit we expect, manufacture accounts to 16% of GDP, and there is where we feel that there is going to be a lot of pain. Agriculture, in the kind of season we are in right now, I really don't feel that agriculture there is going to be pain, and it will recover sooner than most other industries. And the agri industry will do well, and agri contributes about 30-35% to the total GDP.
Right.
Services, again, it's going to be where essential services have not been hit. They will not face the pain, but wherever there have been sectors which cannot either work from home, or they are completely in a shutdown phase, or there is a lack of demand for particular services, they will be hit. So when you take a calculation, we expect that if the GDP, like what I earlier mentioned, that we are expecting zero to negative GDP for the next 6 months. In case if we sustain to this 6 months, I'm sure we will come back to normal sooner than later.
So Nilesh, so we all understand we're going through a crisis, but how is this different as compared to the previous ones?
Definitely, it's definitely very different. You have not seen these kind of crises where it's a global crisis. In the sense that it is the smallest country to the largest democracy have actually faced problems. Their economies have slowed down. It is a crisis where the problem is that you are facing a situation where you are not working, the economy is not functioning normally. In the previous crisis, the difference was that the economy was functioning. Right now, we are in a complete lockdown. The economies are not functioning, and that is going to actually severely dent the economies across the world. So when you have a crisis and the economy is functioning, you typically come back to normal sooner.
Right.
But in case of this particular COVID crisis which we are going through, it's a health pandemic. There has been a lockdown all across, and due to which you will see that a lot of sectors will actually get into negative growth, or they may actually slow down post the lockdown gets over. The second part is that you must have seen the credit instruments. They have actually there have been defaults, there have been delays in payments. This is all because of lockdown. There is liquidity which is completely dried up in the credit space, and that's one of the reasons why, if you see, the government has actually opened the credit window, which means that the liquidity window for NBFCs, banks, as well as debt funds. People are moving out, but then there is no fresh inflows coming into mutual funds, and there is no liquidity available, just because there is no appetite today for someone to invest in investment bonds, but which are A and AA rated. And this is all to do with because of the lockdown. So the difference between the previous crisis and this crisis is that we are in a complete lockdown. So the economy itself is not functioning. So that's the basic difference.
Okay. So we initially saw when the lockdown was announced, the equity markets were falling, and it stabilized at a certain point, after which now we see it steadily is rising. So do you see a correction anytime soon, and why do you see a correction?
Like I told you, in March, the markets fell. They fell more because of FIIs and institutional investors moving out money into safe assets. It was a complete liquidity flight to liquidity. The complete money was just getting shifted to treasuries, where you typically do not earn any great returns. But it was overdone. So you saw a fall of close to 38% in a period of 2 weeks. Now, somewhere now, what the situation where we have come to, where after a 38% kind of a correction which we saw in the markets, we have recovered by close to 20%. This recovery is because of news flows which are coming on daily basis. Today, the data point which most of the fund managers or investment managers are watching is how much the COVID virus is spreading, what is the whether the curve is flattening, whether we are now getting into a phase where the death rates have come down, or the COVID virus victims have come down, the number of patients. So this is the data which we are looking at. We are not looking at any data which is basically, anything which is to do with the economy. So we are not looking at currently at the GDP data. We are not looking at the interest rates have fallen, because right now the basic concern is that the virus should be contained. And so to just put it in perspective, the fall was overdone. The correction of 38% was overdone. Somewhere the markets come back to normal, where they see that there is value in select quality stocks.
Okay.
That's the reason why we have seen a rally of close to 20%. Again, if you see, the leaders have changed. So earlier, banking and finance, which contributes a major part of the index, they were the leaders in the rise. Currently, if you see, it is driven by very specific stocks like Reliance. You see the pharma sector doing well, and you see the consumer sector doing well. So these are the stocks which have actually taken the market back to 20% from the lows. But we do not really expect that this is going to continue, in fact. And we expect a fall, which we've been expecting since last 1 week. The markets have always been irrational, and the fall can come anytime soon. But definitely we are not out of the woods.
Okay. So thank you for your insights on the equity market and the debt market, like you said. What next? My question is, do you think it's a good time to invest? What's your opinion? What's your take on this?
Definitely, if you stick to your asset allocation, anyone who is stuck to his asset allocation, he does not have to worry about it, because he has taken care of his liquidity, his risk appetite, his goals, and he's invested accordingly. But coming to, is it a good time to invest? If you have an appetite for equity, you should hold on. Markets will give you an opportunity again when there is a correction. You can deploy funds later on. Fixed income is giving you good opportunity. If you can invest with an appetite, there will be short-term issues, then there is nothing to worry about in fixed income also. Gold is something which we expect that will be a favorable investment for the next 2 years. But invest in gold as per your asset allocation. So we do not recommend people to go and over allocate themselves into gold.
Okay.
So this is basically what we feel like, that definitely it's a good time to invest, but you need to take cognizance that we are not out of the woods. So you need to invest taking into account your asset allocation.
Okay, that was very insightful. Any closing comments?
I would just recommend all our investors, stick to your asset allocation. Do not panic. This is a crisis situation. We have faced this situation time and again before, but this is definitely different, where we are all locked into our houses. The economy is not functioning normally, and you need to take into account that you stick to your allocation. You do not panic. Do not move out of risky assets. If you just have the patience, we will be out of this, and probably that's when normal situation comes up, you will come back. You will get your returns which you are expecting. But definitely do not panic, as well as do not go and over allocate to any particular asset class, be it equity, fixed income, or gold, just because you expect it to do well in the near future. In fact, so that's all what I would recommend. That do not look at short-term gains. It can go anyway. You need to look at your overall goals which you have. Your allocation should be in line with your goals. Your risk appetite should be what you can actually, the risk you can, the appetite which you have, and how much you can actually take. So today, if your behavior is right, you will definitely come out of this and you will get your returns, in fact. So that's all what I would like to say. Stay healthy. I'm sure in this crisis situations, a lot of people are doing things which they have never done. Either they are doing, they're doing their housing pools, or they are enjoying time with their families. I think that is the positive part you should look at. The markets are going to behave the way the economy will go, and you need to just see that this is something which will also pass. We are into crisis. Crisis is a part and parcel of our life, and it will keep come and go. But you need to just be patient enough to see that you do not take any decision, a knee-jerk decision, which will lead to losses. So that's all of what I would like to tell all our investors.
Thank you so much. That was very insightful, and I'm sure there are a lot of takeaways from what you have shared with us. Mr. Nilesh Bajaj is the founder of Cedrus Wealth Partners. We are a firm which specializes into wealth management and financial planning. Do follow our page for more interesting content like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tina. Take care.
You.